go ahead, guys, today and begin on our child pose. We're just going to begin in the child pose. So go ahead and just find yourself in a very comfortable kneeling position, forehead on the floor. You can put hands underneath your forehead if it feels better. Take a deep breath in. And exhalation, let all the remaining tension leave your body if there is any. Let's take another inhalation. And on exhalation, let's set an intention as always. Practice with joy, with kindness to our bodies. Not judging, not to compare. And let's slowly rise up just towards the tabletop and open up in a cat and cow for a couple times. And then dive back in to your child pose, and let's repeat this flow for a few extra movement, for a few extra time. So before we're gonna dive to a little bit more challenging asanas, as always, we will wake up our body all the way up. And let's do one more like this one. All the way, reach up, open. Come on, back down towards your child pose and take your one arm through. Try to put your hand flat palm on the floor for a little bit extra opening on the shoulder. And let's slowly switch the direction all the way to the other side. Left palm on the floor if possible, if not just any other place. Come on back up through the center and let's meet in the tabletop. So we will continue a few times with cat and cow. Then we're going to be ready for the stretch needle. Continue to wake up our back and shoulders and hips. Reach all the way up. Back down. Prepare to take your right arm up all the way. Give that arm a big circle, one or two, whichever feels good. And go ahead and take this arm under for thread the needle. Definitely for the beginners, stay guys where you are, or if you wish to reach your left leg up, go ahead for it. Again, we just started the practice. Let your body to wake up first. And let's slowly take the knee back. Prepare to take your left arm all the way up. Take it all the way up and open. And give it another thread the needle from the other side. All the way, take it down. And raise the leg up if that's available, of course. If not, don't worry about it. One step at a time. Go ahead and take it back down. Come on back up. And we will continue with a gentle hip rocking. Just to the side, to the right and to the left. Again, it doesn't have to be crazy at all. Just nice and slow. If your body wishes to stay for an extra few movements on the one side here on the other side, please do so. Sometimes it needs a little bit extra deeper stretch. And let's do one or two more on each side, depending how fast or slow you're moving. Come back down to the center. Put your forearms, guys, on the floor. And let's do a couple more cat and cows here before we're gonna move to the gentle balance. Today we practicing a lot of dolphin planks and side planks, planks in general. So we need to get ready, prepare the shoulders for this first. And stop right there in the center, extend your right leg. Press the heel into the ground and stretch Achilles all the way through. If that feels good, if the balance feels good, go ahead and raise your right foot off the floor. Put your forehead on the ground. Some demand on shoulders, so be mindful. Brace your core. Breathe. Come on up and see if you can lift your left knee off the ground for the gentle hover. Inhalation, exhalation. Slowly put your both knees on the floor, cat and cow. Give it a little break. And then once you're ready, raise your left and press your toes into the floor. Heel down toward the floor, a little stretch. And then if you're ready for the balance, go ahead and ground your forehead simultaneously with raising your left foot off the floor. Again, some demands on the shoulders. Be mindful. Come on back and see if you can hover, guys. See if you can hover just like this. Go ahead and put your both knees on the ground. Rise up and around your spine. Relax your neck. Flow to the upward facing dog or cobra. Go back to the child pose and we repeat this flow for a few times. Just be open. Let your body to flow the way it wants to flow. Sometimes we need to stop in some places, some asanas, some forms for longer than the other people, longer than instructor as well. Coming up, I'm gonna add a little plank from the child pose. So take a look, guys. You flow up and you raise your knees right away. Come on back down, set your knees on the floor, child pose. Come on back up, raise your knees off the ground, scoop the stomach in. Breathe, guys. One more time. All the way. On the next plank, we're gonna stay in the plank. Take your right knee and send it over the left elbow. Take your left and send it towards the right. Take your right towards the left. And we're gonna do a few more like this. Give me a couple more on each side. Be strong. Try to reach all the way towards your elbows. I know. One more. Push the hips back. Downward facing dog. Start to bend your knees right and left, left and right. Just try to go all the way. Relax your head and neck. And just continue to press the heels down towards the floor simultaneously with bending your knees. We're going back to our knee to the elbow, but this time as a tiger curl. Go ahead and reach the right leg up. Draw the right towards the left. Give it a little curl from the downward facing dog. Take it back, raise the left. And scoop the stomach in, little curl in the spine. Take it back up. Press the left leg back, right again. Lift, curl in the spine, stomach in, knee towards the elbow, and back. Last one. Raise the left, all the way, curl it, and take it back. Chaturanga Dandasana of your choice, crew. Come on down. Upward facing dog. Shoulders up, back and down. Downward facing dog, roll through your toes. We're gonna raise the right leg up again and begin to practice little balance here in the dog. Not a crazy one, but a little preparation. So just take your right hand on the right with me and just stay right there. We don't need to take the hand off the ground yet. The other one. Just try to find the balance in the 3 points. A little bit of alignment. Breathe, guys. One-legged plank team. Return your hand back. One-legged plank. Stay with me for a few seconds, for a few breaths. Prepare to take this right foot through for the wild thing preparation. All the way, open it up. You've got this. Use the knees on the floor anytime you have to. Get ready for chaturanga of your choice, of course. Push down. You feel you waking up? All right, come on up. All the way. Raise your left. All the way. Raise your left. Take your left hand slightly off balance. Do your best to maintain your downward facing dog. Relax your head and neck. Just stay there. Try to find a good grounded position. Prepare for chaturanga of your choice after the little plank hold. Hold on. We're gonna go for wild thing. And take that leg through. Wild thing first and then chaturanga. We can't miss the wild thing on this side. Come on back. Now, single-legged chaturanga or knees on the floor if you have to, guys. Come on up. Downward facing dog. Both hands on the floor. If you need to rest in a child pose right now, please do. We will return in a second on our knees. Take a deep breath in. And on exhalation, press your elbows down towards the floor, dolphin pose. If dolphin with the flat feet, guys, on the floor is too much, you can raise your heels just like you do in your downward facing dog. Let your head and neck drop. Let your head and neck drop completely. Go ahead and put your knees on the floor and take your right leg off the ground. Take your right arm off the ground, open up. If that is too much, you don't have to bind, but see if you can. Breathe, guys. Breathe. Let's slowly let it go and take your left leg off the ground. Right arm off the ground, left arm off the ground. You don't have to bind, but go ahead and try it if you're there. One step at a time. Don't hold the breath, don't hold the breath. All right, come back to the center. Take your right arm forward, left leg still staying extended. Just like your balancing tabletop. We're gonna go for the crisscross bind balance when you're ready. Excellent. Try to open up on the chest. That's good. Breathe. And let's go ahead and switch the direction. Reach the arm forward, extend your leg. Let's make sure, please, we turn off the cell phones. Reach in, go ahead and take crisscross bind if it's available. That's perfect. Put your right ankle on top on the left ankle. Come on down towards the child pose. Give it a good rest and good ankle stretch first. Rise up for a halfway and switch the ankle so you can stretch both sides the same way. Try to let your body weight into those ankles. Come on up to your downward facing dog and step to the center of your mat. Just step here. Look halfway through and put your hands right into the thighs, right close to the base of the spine where your hip flexor connected to the back. Push against your open legs. Use entire palm surface and lengthening the spine. If you have to bend your knees for your forward fold, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, keep your knees soft and extended and fold forward all the way through. Fold forward all the way through. Look halfway. Put the hands on the floor or on your shins. Lengthening the spine and bend your knees, Utkatasana asana or chair pose. Chest up and lift it. If you need to have your hands next to the chest, please do so. Big sweep, hips forward, chest up. We back to the forward fold. Then we're gonna do couple more chair pose and couple more back bends. Relax your head and neck. Look halfway through. Utkatasana or chair pose. Tap your right foot. Come on down a little bit deeper into your left. Bring your both hands towards the chest and rotate. Try not to bring your knees closer, but give it a good rotation. That's it. Come on up, big sweep. We're gonna take our right towards the left. Open up, open up. Come on back to the forward fold first to restore the back before the next chair pose. Look halfway through. Tap your left toe. Raise the heart first, then hands right up front. Try not to crisscross your knees. Just stay with the square hips, open up. Press one palm into another. Breathe. Prepare for the sweep. And left arm, guys, is gonna go towards the right. Little prop and open up. Reach all the way, forward fold. Go ahead and squat with me and find yourself in the boat pose of your choice. You can put your one foot on the floor anytime you have to. Arms up and open. Breathe a little bit lower. A little bit more. A little bit more. Go ahead and bend your both knees. We're gonna put our left ankle on top on the right and put the right hand on top on the right foot. Open it up. It looks a little bit crazy, but it's actually not as challenging as it looks like it. Shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe, guys. Keep your knees bent if you have to. All right. We're going to bend the knees again and simply switch the ankles. Put your left hand on top on your left ankle. And lengthen in, stomach in, open it up. Breathe. Go ahead and put your both feet on the floor. Reach all the way up. Forward fold. Take your both hands towards the ankles. Make sure that you leveled on the sit bones. Inhalation, exhalation. We're going to have a few minutes of the floor practice before we will return to runner lunges, triangles, balance. Let's slowly rise up the right leg and just pull it up. Try to do it through the soft and straight knee, but if not, you can always bend your knee. Let's slowly cross it over across the left. Just a simple one, and I wanted to bring everyone's attention to this asana because this is the great preparation for the baby grasshopper, and if you can't do it from the standing position, you can always sit like that and simply reach towards your toes. Go ahead and put your left arm, guys, on the floor and open up. See if you can bind. See if you can bind with the hand and elbow. Excellent. Put the hand back on the floor. Come on up and prop yourself with the left so you can come up to the side plank. Just open up and take this right arm all the way above the head. Breathe, guys. Very nice. Take another breath in and come on back down slowly. Keep the foot where it is and just reach to the front. Just reach to the front. If you need to change the position of the right foot, please do so. If you can't reach to your ankles, you can always carry that foot back and continue to fold forward. Come on back up and go ahead and pull the left, right to the center. Preparation for the tabletop. Reach the hips up. Try to make sure that your wrist is underneath the shoulders. And go ahead and reach the toes up. If you can keep the leg extended, not a big deal. Go ahead and put your right leg on the floor, hips up. Relax your head and neck. I know. Come on back down to the floor and go ahead and raise your left leg. Shoulders down, chest up, and just give it a good initial stretch here. Lengthening the spine. Let's slowly carry over this foot all the way across. So again, just bringing your attention, guys, that if you can't do your baby grasshopper from the standing position, this is a great one because you can reach your foot here and just proceed for the balance for those who need it, if you ever wondered. Let's take our hand on the floor. You don't have to bind at all here, but if you can bind with your hands, go ahead. Prop yourself for that side plank the way it feels good. So your shoulder is above your wrist in a good solid position. Your arm over heart is optional. You can definitely just to keep that second arm on the floor for support. Yes. Come on back down. Make sure that you sit your sit bones equally level before you go for the forward fold. So one side of the body not is hanging in the air, if possible. Go ahead and continue to fold. And make your preparation for the reverse tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders, hips up. If you decide to move further, go ahead. Be mindful. Yes, guys, very strong, everyone. Go Go ahead and put the left foot on the floor, hips up, express a little bit more. Go ahead and tuck your both feet underneath for the Virasana. If it's not possible, you know what to do. You get your blocks, you sit on your blocks. Please make sure you're not sitting on your feet. Go ahead and reach arms up. We're gonna take the right hip off, left underneath. Bind your fingertips if you can, bind your hands. If not, don't worry about it. Shoulders away from the ears. If you feel like to close your eyes, close your eyes. Just do what feels right. Do what feels right. We take the other side. Today we're going to use this bind in our balancing position. So if it takes you a little bit of time to get there or you need to use the strap, simply don't worry about it. Just use your hands in any other position. All right, come on back. Let's make our transition to Chaturanga. If you need to do it in a few steps, do it in a few steps. Push down, up dog, downward facing dog. Nice and smooth. Take your right leg up. Step all the way through. Find yourself in a strong runner lunge. Time is flying. Reach those arms up. Make sure that your chest up and lifted all the way above the hips. Open it up to the warrior two. Come through the warrior one and lift your heel. Breathe, guys. Warrior two. You got this. Go ahead and put your heel back on the ground. Take your left arm behind towards the front. Gorgeous. Gaze towards the front hand. Go ahead and start to extend your leg. Find yourself in Trikonasana. Open up. If that bind is not sustainable, you don't have to hold it. We're going back to the warrior two with a bind. Come on up. Beautiful. Trikonasana triangle. Open it up, chest up towards the ceiling. Warrior two, undo those arms. Find yourself in a bind. Left is gonna go behind and right is gonna go underneath. Breathe, guys. Go ahead and pivot towards your lunges. If you have to undo your balance, if you have to undo your arms, not your balance, in order to do the balance, please do so. Through the nose in, through the nose out. Come on up. Undo the arms and find yourself in a tree pose. In the tree pose. Close your eyes if you can. See how well you're balancing. We go ahead and tap the foot behind. First, we're gonna do a little stretching. We're gonna reach out and just open up. Remember, when we've been in a seated position, I mentioned the baby grasshopper. So if you need to sit in that place first, reach to the foot, go ahead and switch the hands. You need to reach to the foot and then try to get up for your balance. I feel like we're practicing it almost every week and everyone got so much better. This is just what it is. Practice makes a difference. All right, let's try to get up to Ardha Chandrasana. I know it's challenging, but again, everyone doing so much better because we practicing. Go ahead and bind if you have the bind. And that will conclude the flow on this side. Come on back to the floor, forward fold. Look halfway through, step walk or hop. Push down, chaturanga, guys. Up dog. Down facing dog. Let your head drop. If you need to go to the child pose, go to the child pose. And if you're ready, raise your left leg. Step forward to your runner lunge. Strong runner lunge, guys. Leveled, just right above the hips. Breathe. Inhalation, exhalation. Warrior two. We're gonna go to the warrior one. Warrior two and bind. Go ahead and raise your heel off the ground. Very nice. Press your heel back down and extend to Trikonasana. Make sure that you do that soft rotation through the hip flexor while you extend in the front knee. If the bind is not sustainable, don't worry about it. Come on back to the warrior two. Trikonasana. Come on back up to the warrior two. Go ahead and reach those arms up. And right behind on top, left underneath. If you're following me, go ahead and find your balance through the runner lunge. If you need to undo your arms first, we do so. Breathe, 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 breathe. Excellent. Come on up to the tree pose. You can always touch the floor. Always touch the floor as many times as you have to. All right, we're gonna top behind. Let's do a little twist stretch first. Give it a couple breaths here. If you need to sit down right now, sit down or switch the hands. Put your left on your right and go ahead and squat. One side is always a little bit more challenging than another. But again, everyone got so much better, so much better. All right, Ardha Chandrasana, come on. We do it the way we can. No perfection, just the progress. Very nice, very nice. Come on back to forward fold. Look halfway through. Step, walk or hop, stay in your plank, guys. Stay in your plank. We're gonna go to the dolphin plank. Dolphin plank, we're gonna work some good flows here before we're gonna put the belly on the floor and rest a little bit. Take your right foot up. Draw the right foot towards the right elbow. 1, 2, I know. 3, one more. 4, we're gonna go rest on the one side. Take your right arm off the ground. Breathe. See if you can tap your toe for the balance. I know if you can, put your second foot on the floor. We return back to the dolphin plank. Stay with me, guys. Left foot, left knee towards elbow. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go ahead and shift your hips on the right. Open it up. If you have more balance, tap your toes on top on the right leg. Breathe. I know. Go ahead and return back to the dolphin plank. Bind your hands. Step your feet a little bit wider so they're not together. And we're gonna go and rock the hips to the floor a few times. Soft, full range of motion, rotation through the waistline. Stay strong. Give me a couple more on each side. One more on the right and one more on the left. Finish it. Go ahead and put your hips on the ground. I know, take your hands on the side. Come on up. We're gonna go and stretch the upper body. Just a good way, the way you feel good. Go deeper, go slower, go faster. Do how it feels right to your shoulders, to your back. Surpasana or snake. Very resembling to the Shalabhasana, but we're gonna bind the hands all the way, reach the chest up. Your feet off the ground is totally optional if you feel so. Try to bring them closer. Breathe, guys. Inhalation. Exhalation. Go ahead and put your paws, hands underneath your forehead. Today we're practicing a little single-legged frogger on the prone position. Go ahead and take your right leg. Put your hand on top on the ankle. And the most important thing is not to rock on one side. Try to hold your belly, guys, on the floor. Try to hold your belly on the floor. The ankle may not reach the ground. Use the strength of the upper body, of the back and shoulder, not just your wrist. And let it go. Let's do the same thing from the other side. Go ahead and press, put the hand on top on the ankle, but use the strength of the back. So pull the strength from the back and shoulders rather than using your wrist or elbow. Keep your bones on the floor, belly grounded. May or may not go deep. Maybe less, maybe more than other side. Let it go. And we're gonna do 2 feet together. If you can't do it, you do one at a time for a little bit and then one at a time, a little bit on the other side. Okay, go ahead. Again, pull the strings from the back and shoulders, not from the wrist and ankles, not from the wrist and elbows. Let it go. And put your both knees wider, as wide as you can. Just wider. Then go ahead and put your feet together. and just let them move. We'll do a couple more preparations and then we're gonna go for the full Frogger when the tailbone in between the knees. Try not to fight the gravity and just let your hips and back slowly open. If it becomes really hard on your hips or back or knees, come out of the form. Take a deep breath in. And bring attention back inside. Mondays can be tough, but we must make the Mondays strong. Prepare for possible challenges, opportunities, excitements, sometimes frustrations, sometimes joys. But it's not what's happening to us, it's how we handle it, what we do with that. So challenges or opportunities, we must be ready. Go ahead then, bring your feet back up. If you need to move to the place where your knee is gonna be on your mat, you can do that. Many times I like my knees to slide on the floor, on the slippery floor, so I can go a little bit deeper, but you don't have to do that. You can go across your mat so it's softer. Try to put them, I know you know to put your tailbone in between your knees, so it's too much far away, you're gonna lose that stretch, you're not gonna feel anything too far away, not comfortable. Ankles behind the knees as much as it's possible. And you might be able to go with the belly on the floor or may not be. Don't worry about it. Just do what you can. The longer we hold, the deeper we get. If that becomes impossible for you to hold, please don't hesitate and come out. Periodically, maybe check your position. Try to keep your, tailbone in between your knees. Otherwise, you're not gonna feel anything. I see some of us either too far away from the knees or too close. Because the one thing certain, when you do it in the right way, it's very challenging. Unless you are a champion gymnast, that's gonna be challenging. So if you don't feel anything in this position, most likely you are too far off the center, one way or other. Try to send your exhalations, guys, into your hips and try to let your pelvic floor and the belly melt deeper down towards the mat. We're gonna give it another, let's say 20 seconds. How about that? I can even see the clock. Keep on breathing. Few more inhalations and few more exhalations. Don't quit. But you probably can feel the longer you hold in it, the deeper you get. All right. Let's do our best to come out. Whew. I'm not sure fast or slow is better. Whew. How are you feeling? Oh, that is something. All right, let's go ahead and lay down on our back. So go ahead and lay down on your spine. We begin here with the gentle recovery stretches for the hips after that Frogger, and then Halasana, then some bridges, and maybe some more challenging back bends. Continue to press on that right leg. See if you can come up. And then we're gonna give that hip flexor a few circles. Take your arms on the side and just circle it. Maybe very shallow, maybe strong, wide, maybe faster than I do it. And prepare to switch your legs. Take your left, give it a stretch first with the back on the floor, then all the way chest off, back off the floor, and then we give it a few circles. Start maybe shallow if you're not sure, and then make it a little bit wider. Let's get ready for halasana. So if you're not practicing plow pose, just practice legs towards the ceiling, maybe also bend your knees, just see how it goes. If you didn't stretch on Sundays and Saturdays, Mondays can be tough. Pay attention to your neck. If you can keep your knees soft and straight, please do. If not, that's okay, but try to strive for the good form. Slowly lower your hips. Put your feet on the floor, hips width apart. And take your arms on the floor. We're gonna practice a few variations of the bridges. You decide to, at the end, join for the wheel with me, you can, or if you're not sure, I would recommend not to do it. Halasana. Slowly. Second one is going to be better than the first one. All right, this time, come on down slowly. While you lowering your ankles, see if you're able to reach for them and create the bind in that bridge. If that's affecting your neck and you can't handle it, this is not for you. Bring it slowly down. Another halasana, one more. So take your time. If you wish to progress a little bit, go ahead and reach your arms. Make sure it does not affect your neck. Slowly lower the hips and pick any variation of your bridge, or put your hands behind for your wheels. It's intense and demanding, so just see what you can do. Back down, slow. Take your time. And we're gonna put our both feet into the Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Close your eyes. We'll have a few back stretches here. and take your feet slightly wider. And fold one knee at a time inside. Just hold it for the breath or two. And then switch to the other position. Do it one more on each side. That's right, and left. Go ahead and put your right knee on top on the left. Put your left arm on top on the right. We're gonna give a little final work to abdomen. Draw your elbows to your knees as far as you can. Hold it. Breathe, guys. Do not quit. Take your arms all the way on the side. If your right leg on top on the left, put your knees on the left. Try to remain your both shoulders on the floor, if possible, of course. Return back, and we switch the legs. Put the left on top on the right, and right arm on top on the left. For the eagle, try to draw your elbows and bind with the knees as tight as you can. That will affect how well you work in your abdomen contraction. Couple more extra breaths, and go ahead and undo those arms. If your left knee above the right, put your knees on the right. And back slowly. Turn back. Extend your arms and legs all the way on the floor. Fingertips away from the toes. Take a deep breath in. Let's set intentions for the week. No matter what's happening with us, around us, we take a deep breath in and we respond rather than just reacting like a babies, because we're mature, adult, smart, wise human beings. Set an intention to treat yourself, your body, and of course others with kindness, with love, with respect. Set an intention to do your best at everything you touch. Let's slowly start our way up to the sitting position. Bring your both hands up front of the chest. And as always, let's finalize our morning practice with a silent gratitude. We all have so many things to be grateful for. We're healthy, we have families, homes to live, water to drink, eyes to see, lungs to breathe. Someone doesn't have that luxury. So express your silent gratitude. Look inside your heart, find a lot of love, happiness, content, joy. Share that with others and flow through the rest of your week with unshakable love and peace inside. Namaste, everybody. Great work. Amazing job. Amazing. Ooh, now officially we're waking up, right?